Hello and welcome to the county ground where we are playing host here in the EuroLeague. This is our last group match in the EuroLeague, and check this out. If the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers draw or win, we are through past the group stages in the EuroLeague. I mean, how crazy is that? We would be able to go on to the knockout stage of the European club competition. I will remind you that we are the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers, formerly of League 2. Oh gosh, no pressure. Okay, we need to get a draw here, or a victory. We've got Stone Cold Steve with the C. Austin starting up front with other John Green because Bald John Green is tired. However, he is on the bench, and don't be surprised if he comes in. I'm pretty nervous about this game. I haven't felt this nervous since, well, maybe the FA Cup final, actually. So today I'm going to talk about, I'm going to answer the question that's been on everyone's mind the last few weeks, which is, am I willing to become the manager of the English national soccer team? For those of you who don't know, the manager of the English football team, Fabio Capello, he has quit, and now there is much question. Who will be the next man? Hey, Gabuga! Boosh, gaboosh. By the time this is uploaded, there may be a new manager in England. If so, the question still is still relevant because you know, he'll only have the job for like 6 months or something. If you know anything about English football, so am I willing to become the manager of the English national team, even though I love my job as the manager of the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers? And if so, what changes would I make? Oh, come on, that's not offside. Number one, I am willing. If called upon by the Football Association, I am willing to become the next manager of England. I don't mean the, like on FIFA or something. I mean the actual manager of the actual club. I'm willing to do it. What are my qualifications? Well, I'm a novelist. They've never had a novelist before, which seems like, you know, they do need a change. That would be an example of a change. Not sure if it would be a positive one or not, but it would be a change. Secondly, I know almost nothing about football, which I think would help me in the job. Lastly, I'm not very good at managing complex personalities, so that would work out well. What would I change about the club? Well, if you sleep with one of your teammates' girlfriends, you don't get to be captain. Also, if you make racist statements against other players, you don't get to be captain. In fact, you don't get to be captain unless your name is Steven Gerrard. Then you do get to be captain. So that's number one. Okay, we got a corner. Still 0-0 here in the 22nd minute. We got one size fits all. I see him. He's so big and beautiful. Oh, he almost scored. Oh, I wanted to sing the song, but one size fits all couldn't put it in the back of the net for us. So there's my number one thing. Number two, I would work hard to develop genetic engineering to make it possible for us to have 11 Steven Gerrards on our team. That's right, 11. One to start in each position, including goal, especially goal. Oh, the boys cannot pull it in, and one size fits all, not with his best defensive work there. Oh, look at him. Look at him. He's a monster in the back. Context is everything. So yes, I would work hard to develop human cloning technology so that we could have 11 Steven Gerrards, which I think would be not where I meant to pass, needless to say, which I think would be huge for the success of our club. A Steven Gerrard in goal, a Steven Gerrard in central mid, 2 Steven Gerrards attacking, and of course 4 Steven Gerrards holding the line in the back. Perhaps there might be room for a Carragher, but only one, and it would be like 22-year-old Jamie Carragher, not 39-year-old Jamie Carragher. That was a little bit of a late tackle, but we're all friends here, right? So that's one thing that I would change. Another thing that I would change is I would stop having people have the expectation, having the expectation that England is going to win every competition simply because they invented the game of football. Here is the truth, friends in England. Your players, this is not a matter of good management or poor management or players not living up to their potential or whatever. You don't have the best players. Ricardo Bunsen-Burner. Look at that. Look at that. That guy knew that we needed a big Big moment there, and he gave it to us. Not a good pass. Whoever that was should not be playing on this team anymore because that was a terrible, terrible pass. Hamill bringing it up. Bringing it up. Obviously, you should go to the middle. Stone Cold Steve with the C. Austin. You're better than that. I do think that I'd be very good at encouraging my players in the same way that I am here. I mean, also, I would want an inclusive team. I do think that I would probably... I got a guy who's hurt. I would probably start both Bald John Green and Other John Green up front. Sure, they're fictions, but, you know, some would argue that Emil Heskey is a fiction. Can we go back and find out what's wrong with my boy? Is he okay? Is he? Obviously, he's not hurt. It's halftime. It's still 0-0. But I will remind you that we need to tie or win this game in order to move past the group stages of the EuroLeague, which I will remind you would be a huge financial boon for our club. Teams like Swindon Town playing in places like the county ground do not often get this kind of opportunity. Other changes that I would make. Yes, so the reason that you don't win Euro competitions or World Cups in general, England, is not because you're not nice. It's not because you don't have good management or because your players don't try hard. It's because you don't have the best players. I wish that you did. I think it would be fun to see England win more stuff, but your players aren't that good, and that's a problem that, you know, it's not fixable. That's why, by the way, you don't see Manchester United starting nothing but Englishmen. It's not like they couldn't afford to buy all the English people. Get off of that ball. Whew, Diego almost scored on me. This is nervous times. 55th minute. Gonna have to make some substitutions in a minute. I'm starting to really feel it here. Great ball, but Stone Cold Steve with the C. Austin can't get back to it. Let's face the truth. Stone Cold Steve with the C. Austin. No ball, John Green. No, bad pass. I apologize to my friends and family for that. Trying to make it through. No, it's not going to happen. Another change that I would make to the English national team, I would start young Mr. Shelvey. I think he's so handsome. He's bald, good looking. I don't know. I would make a lot of my player management decisions based on how the players look instead of just their performance on the field. I think, you know, it's one thing to go on and on and on about performance, and that's great, but what about the attractiveness factor? What about how fun it is to look at someone playing? Also, I would play an attacking style of football, even if it meant that we would lose a lot, because the point of football is not to win. The point of football is to play beautifully. Like that. Oh, I'm so bad at free kicks. All right, we got to make some changes here. This is a completely unacceptable situation. Ooh, John Green is tired. I'm going to have to bring in John Green. And anybody else tired? Boy, everybody's tired. But Mr. Carr, he's particularly done. So I'm going to bring in Rampage to replace him. And I'm just going to try to bolster the back in general, I think. Oh, Leroy Williamson isn't playing? He should be. He's going to come in for Fahey. All right. Leroy Williamson, who I will remind you, does score occasionally. All right. Here we go. Boys making a triple change. Triple change. 65th minute. Nervous times for the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers. Now, I'm not going to say the entire financial future of the club rests on this, but it's a few $1 million, which to us is like half our transfer budget. So it's important, and we really need to try to get it done here. So we'll see. I think generally when it comes to managerial decisions, too many times the managers give reasons for their decisions instead of just doing things because they think they are funny and or interesting. No one ever answers the question, you know, why did you make 3 substitutions in the second half when you could have drawn out the substitutions over the course of the entire half and then, you know, taken some time off the clock by saying, well, I thought it would be funnier to bring in all 3 guys at once, like kind of like a clown car thing. No one ever says that, but I would if I were the manager of England. I hope the FA is listening to this. In fact, I know they are. We have demographics, you know, on YouTube you have the analytics, so you know what your demographics are. Our demographics is almost entirely nerd fighters, fans of the actual Swindon Town Football Club, and then members of the FA deciding who will be the next manager of England. That's pretty much, that's what we've got in terms of people who love our show. Oh boy. Take it back, and then back. That's got to be a foul. You don't hurt Ball John Green like that. Ball John Green, get up. You're okay. You're okay. That's right. Walk it off. Walk it off. All right. Big moment here for the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers. 77th minute, still scoreless. I'm just going to try to get this ball on goal because that's the one thing that I never do. Oh, yeah. I got it on goal. It was an easy save, but, you know, it's still a sort of achievement. One size fits all with a huge header. Look at that, winning the ball. And then Ball John Green gets it, and then passes it to Stone Cold Steve with the Sea Austin, finding some space. But no, it's not meant to be today. It doesn't seem like the Swoodilypoopers are going to score, but we don't need to score just as long as they don't score. Oh, boy. Leroy Williamson. That might be a foul. Yeah. Dangerous free kick. Ricardo Bunsen-Byrne, I'm going to need you to focus right now. All right, 84th minute. Whew. Okay, we're going to be fine. We just need to focus, get the ball. Did they just bring on Jason Bourne? That's worrisome. Good job, Wall. Ball John Green, he's a master. Gets it out to Leroy Williamson. Leroy Williamson running wide. Leroy Williamson. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Leroy Williamson. Oh, look at that dribbling. Leroy Williamson. Leroy Williamson. Still on the ball. Oh, Leroy Williamson. He scores occasionally, but not there. But you got to say, he just probably literally bought his team the victory with that heroic run. Leroy Williamson playing just another example of Leroy Williamson playing a fantastic role in the lives of the Swoodilypoopers. Leroy Williamson taking a shot from way outside. No, not to be. But was it enough to end? Oh, look at this. I'm just going to try to get it on goal. Nope. Leroy Williamson, get back on defense. Get back. Oh, he's so tough. He's strong. Come on, Ball John Green, get back. Everybody back. Everybody back. We cannot give up a goal. Oh, no. Oh, great job. Great job. Was that Ginger Rampage? And that's it. We're moving on. We are moving on in the Euro Cup. Unbelievable performance by the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers. I don't know why you guys are congratulating yourselves. You're out of the cup. Yes. Great job by the Swoodilypoopers. Thanks to everyone for watching. We will continue our adventures in Europe soon. Best wishes.